So do you have a chaotic IT setup for your business or a well-oiled machine? The reality is transitioning from chaos into that well-oiled machine is going to be your biggest challenge yet, but the most rewarding when you get it right. Honestly, for too long, I think IT struggled to keep up with business demands, and now they have superseded, and the fact is there are so many different platforms, so many softwares, so many applications. Honestly, it's an embarrassment of riches. However, the problem becomes, which one do you pick? Which one is right for your business? How do you decide? Now, all businesses start with a little chaos because you have to start inefficient to become efficient. But you're going to get to a point where your IT strategy needs to align with your business mission and your business goals. And at that point, everything is going to change. It's like when the conductor comes out and all of a sudden all the individual instruments start playing in harmony. Because that's the fact of the matter. Your marketing team is going to want to work on their software. The CRM, the salespeople are going to want to work in their CRM. The finance people can't do their jobs in a CRM. They need a finance platform. So how do we make all of these individual instruments play a harmonic tune? And if you do it right, it's going to make everybody more productive. And as a bonus, if you set it up correctly through your customer journey, it's going to create more customer satisfaction. So let's talk about how the transformation of your IT strategy can be a game changer for you. Because it's not just about problem solving. It's not just about fixing the pain points and creating workarounds in the moment. It's about actually taking a macro look at your business, creating the right map, and then being agile during your growth and success. It's a journey worth taking if you want your business to grow without a ceiling. So let's talk about it. So your business might be suffering from a fragmented IT infrastructure, and that's just inevitable with every business that's growing. Because over time, businesses accumulate many segmented different systems, applications, and technology softwares that help businesses run. And more recently, all these different AI platforms have definitely made a splash. But the fragmentation of using so many different softwares and not having them integrated and communicating with each other, it's not only going to create compatibility issues, but it's going to increase your maintenance and operational costs, and you're going to have difficulty scaling later. So there is a chaos to having segmented systems. I mean, as soon as any company grows to a medium size, then it's going to result in, for instance, your sales team using a CRM and your finance team using their accounting platform. And the customer service team is going to have their own ticketing system. And your marketing team is going to be using all these other softwares to, manage social media and all this stuff. But what happens when you have all these different segmented systems working independently and there's no integration between them, it leads to inefficient data silos. It means employees are going to be spending a significant amount of time manually getting data from the places that they need it. For instance, if your sales team would benefit from knowing the marketing information of, for instance, where that potential client came across you in the first place and what piece of content they saw that led them to, the potential sales call, then if they have to go get that information in whatever platform the marketing team is using, that is time and money not being spent on more sales calls, which increases the risk of errors and delays and also bad decision-making processes because you're not operating from the most recent and valuable information. Because ultimately, the most valuable information is a correlation of all the data sets. So what does this mean? It means that all businesses need a unified view of their IT landscape. This ensures all of your different softwares and platforms work together seamlessly to all toward the same business goal. Now, this doesn't mean that you know how to integrate the platforms, but if you are unable to communicate to a technical developer what platforms you need integrated and why and what business needs that integration needs to meet, then ultimately you're not going to get the right solution and end up wasting money in the long run. So if you want to make sure that your technical infrastructure is actually supporting the business that you're trying to grow and develop, then that means you need an enterprise architecture framework. This is going to be a coordinated approach to managing all your segmented systems. which is going to save you time, money, and resources because your team isn't going to have to go to all these different platforms to figure out what the heck is going on. Which leads me to the hidden costs of segmented softwares. The reality is that every minute that your team is spending going to all the different places to get the answers they need is time they are not spending doing their job. It's always going to cost you money at the end of the day because it's costing your employees time going around checking all these things that they are going to need to be able to do their job to the best of their ability, which is costing you resources. And by costing your resources time, it is ultimately costing your business money. And not only money, the opportunity cost of potential money that, for instance, if your sales team is the one that's hopping between the marketing platform and the service and the customer service platform, all the money they could be making during that time is money your business is losing out on. So having segmented softwares increases your maintenance costs, and it also is a resource drain. And every business comes to a point where they have to make the decision on if they're going to invest in their IT growth or if they're going to just maintain the same segmented system and dysfunctional operations, or disjointed, because it may be functional. It's definitely not efficient though. The reality is, by creating a framework of your business's technical architecture, you're going to be able to identify where those redundancies are in your process workflow. Consolidate those systems so everybody's operating from the most recent data, making the best decisions they can in that moment. This is an opportunity to free up some strategic investments to make sure that your IT infrastructure is aligned with your business's future growth, because this is really about your business's long-term plan. Having your platforms operating independently of each other is going to create holes in your operation. So not only is it going to cost you time, money, and resources, but you are literally going to be unable to scale. You're also going to be throwing money away that your business could be making by being able to run more effectively and smoothly. And this is what I like to call business flow. By developing a business flow, you make sure that from the beginning of your business's interaction with a customer through to the last second that you spend with them is a seamless river float where even if you may hit a white water raft, you're still ultimately headed in the right direction, and the path in which somebody tracks is clearly outlined. It's not wrong that all your departments want to work on their own software. The reality is there's different softwares that are better for different workflows. However, they can't all operate in their own corner. They all eventually need to meet in the middle somewhere. And that is your enterprise architecture framework. That is your scalable plan for making sure that your IT infrastructure supports where your business is headed. Standardizing your technology is only going to help you when you need to grow and scale later. So the problem is, if you grow and scale your business out of alignment with your technical infrastructure, then what's going to happen is your business is going to fail because you're going to create a problem where your technical infrastructure is way behind. And the problem is that technical infrastructure cannot be built overnight. The number of times I had somebody say, can you automate our entire business in 30 days? The answer is no. Like, I would never put my name on something that only took me 30 days. That means it's going to have problems. If you're not continuously aligning your business's IT infrastructure with your business goals and initiatives, you're going to come across a pitfall where your technical infrastructure actually works against your business growth. So I'm going to encourage you to be proactive about it. However, you also may be coming across this video because one of the issues that I outlined is something that you're facing in your business. And the problem is you have stakeholders now looking at you like, we need a solution yesterday. So yesterday was the best time to create the solution, but today's the next best. And if you don't do it today, it's gonna hurt tomorrow, because scaling does not need to be a costly endeavor. It can be a strategic and manageable process with the right IT setup. And there's only one way to do that, and that's by creating the right blueprint for your business. So did you know, in a study done by HubSpot in 2020, that 90% of customers believe that companies need to do better at onboarding new clients? So if you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner, then listen up, because the next 2 minutes could completely transform your business and its future. Content nowadays is so focused on lead generation and sales funnels, which, don't get me wrong, are really important for your business. However, they are not the most important thing for your business, because onboarding is not just getting somebody to agree to give you money. It's the real first impression that you're giving to your client about what it's like to work with you. So think about it. What does your current onboarding process say about your business? What does it say about what it's like to work with you? And how much confidence would your new client have in being able to get the results that you've been promising them through your current onboarding process? Now, don't just take my word for it. There have been countless additional studies done by a lot of softwares that many of you probably use, and they found about improving their onboarding process. Zendesk found a 20% increase in customer satisfaction by improving their onboarding process. HubSpot found 50% faster adoption rates by improving their onboarding process. Dropbox has seen a 50% reduction in client churn by improving their onboarding process. Slack saw a user retention increase by 40% because of their improved onboarding process. Intercom saw a 25% increase in user engagement because of their improved onboarding process. Canva saw active user rates increase by 35% because of their new onboarding process. And Asana saw a 20% increase in adoption and usage rates by their new onboarding process. Now, an onboarding process is really not just about what your business does and the first impression that you give to your client. It is also about what software you choose to support that business process. And furthermore, making sure you're maximizing your usage of that software to really get the bang for your buck for your business. And for the record, this is not me telling you what software you should be using. This is just about making sure you have the right software in place to support whatever onboarding process you're going to design. Frankly, if I could solve all of your business architecture needs in 10 or 15 minutes, then YouTube wouldn't exist, consultants wouldn't exist, online courses wouldn't exist, none of it would be necessary, and I never would have spent 18-hour days as a business consultant helping my clients optimize their usage of Salesforce and every other platform they used. So if you are tired of trying to navigate through your business's technical processes without a clear roadmap, then I'm introducing to you the Pimp My Process workshop. More profit through efficiency in just 2 days. So this is an intensive workshop where we are going to take your business from just being reactive to being strategic. And we're going to start with your onboarding process. You're going to walk away with an actual business blueprint that aligns your IT technical strategy with your business objectives to improve customer satisfaction and therefore retention. So don't miss out on this opportunity to revolutionize your onboarding process through the Pimp My Process workshop and take charge of your business's future. So if you are ready to start turning your new clients into raving fans from your first impression, then find out more at the link below, and you can find out the agenda for the 2 days and everything that you can expect from this workshop. See you there.